Welcome to your Daily Writing Habit, episode number 197. If you are writing a book or thinking about it, or maybe you've started writing your book but you're having some trouble finishing it, or perhaps you're at the stage where you need help reaching more readers to let them know about your book, you're in the right place. Hello, I'm your host, Christine Whitmarsh, also known as Christine Inc., I-N-K, christine-inc.com. Each day I'm sharing with you the writing habits I've learned over my 18 years as a ghostwriter, book coach, and author. I have found that three things in particular have a huge impact on your success as an author, and they have the ability to turn someone who doesn't really see themselves as a writer into one. Those three things are writing fundamentals, productivity, and mindset habits. Here's today's quote. Alone, we can do so little. Together, we can do so much. Helen Keller. Well, happy Friday, everyone listening live. Today, I'm so excited because I'm introducing a new weekly segment here on your Daily Writing Habit called FAQs Friday. This is where I will be answering your frequently asked questions of me. They can be questions about writing in general, what it takes to write a book, or productivity and mindset habits, or about any of the hats I've worn or continue to wear in my professional writing career. And that's where we will kick things off today for this first edition of FAQs Friday. We're talking about a professional hat I've been wearing for 18 years, which is book ghostwriter. And how appropriate since Halloween is coming up next week. Book ghostwriter, boo! So a question I get quite a bit is, what does a ghostwriter do? Well, first let me quickly answer a related question. Who hires book ghostwriters? The usual answer is people who lack the time and or ability to write a book and do it well. And in my case, when I enlisted my longtime ghostwriter to assist me with my upcoming memoir, it was because I lacked the objectivity, kind of the outside angle needed to tell my story, my life story, in the most compelling way possible. Or specifically for me, I looked at the various chapters, some of them seemingly unrelated of my life story, and I said, what does this have to do with each other? What is the thread? And my ghostwriter so brilliantly found the thread quite quickly. So if you are a writer, a professional writer, professional author, and you just need that objectivity, that outside perspective, that's another reason to hire a ghostwriter. And this is, I think, why so many of my own ghostwriting clients, my memoir clients, hire me, because it can be quite a challenge getting a handle on your own life story. So it doesn't mean you have any lesser writing aptitude if you just sometimes need a little bit of help. All right, on to the ghostwriting process. Now, you might have heard how many ghostwriters, especially celebrity ones, kick off their projects by kind of, sitting down with their subjects for an all day or sometimes, multiple day marathon recording session, really just getting the whole book out of their client's head at the same time. And that's not what I do. What I do, I prefer to get with my clients, usually by phone, as they are located all over the world, and interview them in small chunks on a weekly basis. And here's why I do this. Here is why I spread out my interviewing. There's a few reasons. The first one is doing this allows the book idea to breathe and evolve. And this is important with creative projects. Any artists know this. If you're a writer or even you're inclined to become a writer or an artist, you probably have realized that creativity is kind of a living, breathing thing, so to speak, metaphorically speaking. And a book project really needs that space to breathe and evolve and grow. And I find if I just, sit down and, interview the client, get all the information at once, then that doesn't really give it the time to do that, because that's just kind of saying, this is what it is. This is, this is what the project is going to be. Everything they know today, everything they believe that should be in their project today, that is going to hold true months from now. And that's not always the case. The second reason I use my process is because it allows my client to be more of a collaborator on the project than simply the client or the subject. And this almost always produces a more favorable outcome than letting the ghostwriter, me, make 100% of the creative or kind of what I call the executive decisions. When it's the right client-ghostwriter relationship, which, by the way, I go to great lengths to ensure before accepting a client, collaboration makes for a stronger, more creative writing process for everyone involved, and ultimately a much better end product. And the final reason that I use my process It allows the author, so getting together on that weekly basis and letting the author, give feedback. Again, I'm doing the heavy lifting, I'm doing the writing, but they get to be involved, on a regular basis and see how the book is progressing, not just kind of in a few months, here's your book. So doing it my way allows the author to feel more connected to their book and more invested in it, which is important down the line, especially at marketing time when they're talking to others, including the media, about their book. If they've been involved all along the way, making the executive decisions, approving and vetoing ideas, brainstorming with me, it's much easier for them really to own the phrase my book when they go out in public and talk about it and be able to say I am an author without feeling kind of weird about it. So those are the 3 reasons for my rather collaborative ghostwriting process, where I get on the phone with my clients once a week to really make sure that they're involved. Again, I'm writing the book, but they really get to be kind of invisibly at my side. So that's basically my process. Interview, write the drafts, the client reviews them, gives feedback, rinse and repeat. And ultimately, this results in 3 equal parties in the project, which is my favorite number of balance, by the way, 3. But in this way, there are 3 parties on the project: client, ghostwriter, and of course, the book. Be sure and drop by my Inc. Authors group on Facebook and post your questions for future FAQs Fridays episodes. That's a lot of F's. Go to Inc. Authors on Facebook and post your questions. And also while you're there, you can get motivation, accountability, book writing, publishing resources, and more. Thank you for joining me here on Your Daily Writing Habit, where I'm helping you write and finish writing an awesome book. And if you know someone else who wants to write a book, please let them know about Your Daily Writing Habit. They can listen on Amazon Alexa, iTunes, Google Play, TuneIn, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, and more. Until tomorrow, happy writing.